Are y'all ready? Are you ready for this week's episode of What Every Cruiser Wants? Because we got 3 new cruise comments for you this week. And this week we're going to ask questions about, should you have to pay for a seat at, say, the comedy show or the piano bar? Do you think that crying babies in the main dining room is the cruise line's problem? And should the cruise line be responsible for every aspect of your cruise, including letting you know where you should park your car before embarkation? Well, we're going to find out. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video and another episode of What Every Cruiser Wants. So let's jump right in here with our first comment and see if you guys agree or disagree with this cruiser's statement. Can we please have pre-cruise purchases to reserve seats at the piano bar and the comedy shows? This would be so much easier. It's always such a hootenanny on the ship trying to get a bar stool right by the piano, and the same for the best seats at the comedy shows. Carnival would make money selling premium seats for show and activity reservations like blank does. So what do you guys think? Should cruise lines sell premium seats at events like piano bar, comedy shows? Maybe they should sell premium seats for all activities like trivia, game shows, front row seats in the main theater for shows. All can be purchased at a premium. You can pay for it, reserve it, and know that your seat is there for you each activity you want to attend. What do you guys think about that idea? I'm sure the cruise lines would not mind making a little bit extra money, but do we want to get nickel and dimed? Do y'all think this is a good idea? Do you think this is a bad idea? Or do you think it should stay the way it is? And look, if you want a better seat at an event, you got to just show up early. Screaming babies. Babies are gonna cry. We all know babies are gonna cry. If you are a parent, if you were a parent to little ones at one point in time, we all know they cry. They cry in restaurants, they cry at home, they cry. It's just part of being a baby. But what happens when a baby cries in the main dining room on board a cruise, or let's say any activity on board a cruise? What needs to happen? Is the cruise line responsible for taking care of this child? Are the parents responsible for taking care of this child? Well, let's read this comment and see what this cruiser thought. Reporting a lack of leadership from the management on Carnival blank. The table opposite us in the main dining room hall is table blank, and we are at blank. A baby has been crying for the last 10 minutes. Screaming. Parents do not care. They won't do the decent thing and just leave when it started crying. Worse still is the waiters and management are closing their eyes to it and doing nothing. The self-entitled, wholly virtuous parents of this screaming baby should be and not accommodated. Is this Carnival's stance? All right, so as a parent myself, when the kids were little and they would start to cry, say in a restaurant like that, and you couldn't get them to calm down, couldn't get them to eat, couldn't get them to go to sleep, yep, one of us generally would take the baby outside so we didn't disturb anybody else in the establishment. So I get it. That is generally, what parents do. But is it really the cruise line's responsibility, if the parents don't do that, to come over and go, hey, your baby's crying, so now we, as the cruise lines, have to handle this for you. We have to have the leadership to let you know how to parent your child. Is it the cruise line's responsibility, or is it the parent's responsibility? I say it's the parents' responsibility, and I'm not really big on the fact that they called the baby an it, but hey, that's just me, and that's kind of nitpicking the comment a little bit. But you guys let me know what you think below. Whose responsibility is it for crying babies? Parents or the cruise lines? All right, I've said it once, said it twice, I will say it again today. As a cruiser, a person going on a cruise, you are going to be responsible for doing a little bit of your own research. It's just part of the cruising experience, because the cruise line cannot be responsible for every little minor detail from the moment you wake up on embarkation day until you get all the way back to your house after disembarkation. There's got to be some part of you, some responsibility on the cruiser to do their research. And this next comment shows that I'm not sure this cruiser did any research. It would be very helpful for most cruises if you had a comprehensive list of parking suggestions. I don't understand why you don't have this on your website. I don't understand why it isn't something that is referenced anywhere. We are driving from Utah to Long Beach and have no idea about parking. Help. All right, I'm going to give you the quick, the easy, and the shortest answer to this because according to this comment, it is not referenced anywhere. I challenge that to say, hop on the internet, go to Mr. Google, and type in parking in Long Beach Cruise Port. See if something comes up. I'm betting the answer is there. And this is what I mean by a cruiser's got some responsibility to figure out some of the stuff for themselves. You have to do the research. You have to know where you're going, what you're going to do, and how you're going to do it. Cruise lines they can't be responsible for every single detail, including all of the different parking options that are available for cruisers. I mean, you could do port parking. There's private parking lots. You can leave it sometimes overnight at hotels that you stay at the night before. And those are just some of your options for parking. So you have to do a little bit of research on your own. But you guys tell me what y'all think. Is the cruise lines responsible, and should they put a comprehensive list of things like parking? Maybe they should put a comprehensive list of every hotel that you could stay at within 20 miles of the cruise port. Maybe they should give you a comprehensive list of all of the names of the Uber drivers that they trust in the area. Can you imagine that? Or do you think the cruiser should take a little bit of responsibility and do a little bit of research? Let me know what you guys think below. And that's going to be our video for this week for what every cruiser wants. As I said, leave your guys' comments below. Really curious to know what everybody thinks about these comments. Whether they're right, whether they're wrong, or in some of these cases, they're just way off base. Let me know. Now, I hope everyone has enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. I hope everyone out there is having a really great day, has a really great weekend, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.